and then he just blows himself up with a null void, unstable null void projector. Has he gone into the null void? Is that what it is? Who knows, maybe while you're in there you can find Grandpa Max. Bring him back, then maybe I'll forgive you.
Back again with Ben 10 Alien Force, this time Season 2, Episode 8. Yeah, we're in the second half of this season now. And the comments just keep coming, saying this is an amazing season, with an amazing finale and the best storyline. So, yeah, I've yet to, well, I suppose I'm seeing a season 3 storyline with the stuff at Lost Soledad in episode 5, and then the stuff last episode with the hybrid and the guano. That's probably a strange sentence to say if you don't know what I'm talking about. But then again, why are you watching this episode of this reaction if you don't know what I'm talking about? But yeah, let's just say last episode infuriated me with the whole parents grounding him thing and just disregarding everything. At first, just disregarding all the things that he was saying. But yeah, they came around eventually, and looks like everything's okay now. If you can hear the wind picking up every now and again, it's because we're in the middle of a storm right now here in the UK, and I've got to go to work in about an hour. So yeah, not great. I don't want to be going to work in a storm. So yeah. But yeah, this is season 2, episode 8. What else? I don't know if there is anything else I recapped last episode. And I think that might be it. So this is like a short intro, to be honest. So let's not just waste any more time. So let us just get into season 2, episode 8 of Ben 10 Alien Force, starting now.
Can you hear me, Gwen?
Oh!
I need help. Helen?
Helen and Manny. Last time we saw them was in the Null Void.
That's why I'm going alone.
Okay. Solo mission into the Null Void. I'll take it.
Last time you had a motorhome full of cool state-of-the-art plumber gear, which you sold.
The thing is, hopefully it'll lead you to her location, but I don't know how long I can keep this open.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Ugh. Ooh.
Back up and start again. I don't understand anything.
Okay, no time to rest. I know that voice, I think. Yep. Manny.
Take my hands and my friends will pull us.
No, Ben, you don't understand.
This isn't about getting home.
Heirs defy devoid.
Dr. Animo?
What? What? Animo.
What happened?
I don't know. Reel him in.
He cut it. He cut it off. Yeah. Yeah. Big problem. Big problem. Or did he do that himself?
Watching my pets play tug of war with your friend.
No!
A familiar face.
Miscreant. First I say knock knock, then you say who dares.
You would mock devoid.
Oh, he doesn't know it's Ben yet. He doesn't recognize the alien.
On rare occasions, I do come out of my shell.
Nice.
My son, I've given you everything you've asked for. Don't take my son, please. No.
What happened to your...
Oh.
Devoid is too strong to fight.
Oh.
What's going on here?
The Galvin created this pocket dimension so they could banish their criminals from the universe itself.
Yeah.
To some, it was chance to start again.
Their criminals here as well.
But the Galvin had foreseen that problem and created the Null Guardians.
It wasn't an easy life, but it was bearable. Until he came. The Void somehow gained control of the Null Guardians. Now, he reigns supreme, conscripting anyone, everyone to dig the core mine.
He's turned it into a slave camp.
Great. Some savior you brought us, Helen. Can't even save himself.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, he's just as annoying as last time.
Helen! What have you done? You brought an outsider here?
Oh!
Nobody gets to see the wrench. Nobody.
He's a friend, Pierce.
Pierce!
Thank you.
Really?
One spike against 300. You're a real sport, Pierce. And you're dead meat spy.
Right, we're gonna see what Pierce is made of. Oh!
Okay, you win. You didn't do too bad. At least we know you're human. One of the Void spies would have mopped the floor with me in a fair fight. Yeah.
Is this gonna be another familiar face, maybe? We're getting a lot of them.
Get in the middle of your dimension is destabilizing.
Why don't you tell me about it? Famous centipede gumbo.
Yes! Fuck yes! I'm sorry I swore, but
I detonated that null void grenade. It didn't blast me to Kingdom Come. It blasted me here.
You could upon yourself to 86 Dr. Animal and the helpers, plumbers helpers. I just got it.
Pierce here.
that's the name of the episode Manny and Helen were in. They're in there. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I thought he was gonna stab it, but maybe he did. I don't know. Here he comes.
Max Tennyson, so you're the mysterious wrench. And young Ben, always a pleasure to try and end your miserable interfering life.
Still a doc.
Oh! Oh. Okay, what's gonna stop him? Which alien is it gonna be?
I fought him outside the Citadel. Brainstorm scrambled his eggs. But here... That's it!
You could have transformed before you went in. Yes!
Just how cold I can make it.
Ooh! It's snowing in the null void. Oh, let's go! He's out. 2 punches, that's all it takes. Oh, he looks like a king.
Ben, is that you?
Gwen, check out what I found.
Bye, Pumpkin.
Grandpa!
What the hell
He's not going.
I can't go, Ben. We have to finish things here.
I need you.
Not anymore, Ben. You proved that today.
I can't lose you again.
Never happened. We'll find our way back when our work is done here.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Time to come home, man.
Okay. Ah, that was a quick ending. Ah, that was a fantastic episode. Wow. Yeah, so good, that episode. The return of a lot of familiar faces and a story that I did not honestly think that would continue from last season. Mainly with Helen and Manny. I didn't know if we'd see them again. I had suspicions that we might see them again, but for a final fight with the Dayan aliens, I thought like we'd just forget about them until the final fight with the Dayan aliens showed up. We get all the plumbers kids together, and then Helen and Manny would show up again. I did not expect them to show up before that. So yeah, last season they went into the Null Void to try and help out Plumber's kids that they accidentally sent there themselves. But they found themselves in the middle of this war that's going on. Or this... Is it a war? Yeah, this resistance in the Null Void. And the second that idea came about, like, okay, we're gonna go to the Null Void to get Manny and Helen out, I was all for that idea. And it only just got better as it went along. How did they send a telepathic message to Gwen? Not sure, but we're not supposed to question that. So, yeah, they send him into the Null Void. Apparently Gwen can open portals to the Null Void now. I mean, they don't have a Null Void projector because Max destroyed it in the last season. Yeah, what Ben stumbles upon is Helen Manny in part of the Resistance fighting against who they called Devoid. I did not recognise him at first, but then when Ben called him out as Dr. Animo, I was blown away. When did Dr. Animo get sent to the Null Void? I don't care. It's the first time he's showed up in this show. Last time we saw him was at the end of the original series. As part of the -10, and then the little part at the end of the non-canon episode. Oh no, he was in Secret of the Omnitrix as well. It was at the beginning of Secret of the Omnitrix. So yeah, last time we saw him was the original show. He's not shown up in Alien Force up to this point, but yeah, he's not as gangly and thin as he was in the original series. He's a lot bulkier now. Although I kind of did prefer his design in the original series, because this one he just looks like generic bad guy with all the muscle, the cape, the long white hair. He looks like generic bad guy. At least in the last series I actually recognised him. This one I didn't. But then again, I suppose 5 years does that to you, especially in the Null Void. Yeah, all this talk about Devoid, the wrench, Helen Manny. Manny has lost one of his forearms, but he's replaced it. And then we had the little thing with the two aliens who were working, and then one of the Null Guardians just took the son. And we never saw him again, so I assume that son is dead. So that's pretty dark. And then the explanation of how Animo changed how this Null Void was supposed to work. Is this the proper Null Void, or is it just the pocket dimension? I'm going to assume it's the proper Null Void. This thing about how the Null Void was supposed to work and what Dr. Animo turned it into. We've only ever known it as a prison where they send all the worst aliens, but originally it was meant as like a sanctuary, like a new start for people to go to. But then when the Galvans started sending their criminals here, they had the Null Guardians to act as guards. And then when Dr. Animo arrived, he used his powers to control animals. He controlled the Null Guardians, and he changed them he turned them into his guards, and now he's using them to enslave the people. So yeah, that idea about how the Null Void is supposed to work is such a cool idea, and to know what Dr. Animo's turned it into, it's a cool backstory. It's exploring a part of the Null Void that we didn't know was there. It's exploring the true purpose of the Null Void. And obviously the work is not done. So yeah, after uniting with Helen and Manny, getting the backstory in the Null Void, we found Pierce. I had no expectations to see Pierce whatsoever, ever again. I assumed that he was dead. But no, he was sent into the null void, and he's here. I did not expect to see Pierce at all. Dwight Schultz, did he play Animo in the original series? I'm not sure. Answer in the comments, please. Is the same guy who voiced Animo in this episode, did he also voice him in the original series? But yeah, we had Pierce, who believed Ben was a spy. I mean, granted, fine. It's okay to assume that, especially in this kind of environment. So then we had a little fight between Ben and Pierce. Ben, not turning into his aliens, decided not to. Let Pierce win to confirm that he was human, because any of Devoid's guards would have easily beaten Pierce. So the key was to lose to confirm that you're not one of his guards. So then Pierce led Ben to the wrench, and I got the shock of my life when I saw that person hunched over in the corner, the big frame. I immediately knew who it was, and I was so excited. Grandpa Max Tennyson is back. I've always held on to the idea that he didn't die. So yeah, I was really excited to see him. I feel vindicated that I never believed he died. Yeah, so good. And so Ben, Max, Pierce, Manny, Helen, and a couple of other aliens, they devised a plan of getting into Devoid's drill thing. I can't remember what he called, but it was this giant machine that's being fueled by this mineral that they're mining. He's getting the people to mine. He's getting his slaves to mine it, and it's powering the machine that's drilling a hole through the dimensions from the null void to Earth. So he plans to go back to Earth and take the Null Guardians with him and take over the Earth. Cool, fine. It's a halfway decent plot. And so they use the dirt farmer who just lost his son. We never got that son back again, so yeah, once again, pretty dark. So they disguised themselves to get in, and then they just launched an assault on the machine. I don't know why, but I would have liked to have seen a bit more of a reaction from Animo about Ben coming back. I would have liked to have seen him get shocked by it. He's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" But yeah, I suppose he has no reason to be afraid, because he is pretty much invincible. He was handling a lot of Ben's attacks with ease and not even phased. Until Ben decided to use Big Chill to freeze his machine. So I love Big Chill being the one that saves the day. We haven't seen him since that episode where Big Chill was going crazy. So it's good to see Big Chill back again. And after that, Animo was taken out pretty easily. 2 punches from Max, it's all it takes. And after that, the episode ended pretty quickly, because honestly, I didn't realise how much time had passed. I was sucked into the episode. I didn't notice all the time going past. Gwen somehow manages to open a portal to Ben. We're not going to question how she did it. There's no point. But yeah, she opens a portal, and she sees that Max is alive as well. And honestly, I didn't expect Max to... Well, I suppose I wanted Max to return, but I completely understand Max staying. Because as much as we love him, as much as we love Max, he's not necessary for this series anymore. The new trio, he has been replaced by Kevin, and Max said so himself that Ben doesn't need him anymore. Even going back to the start of this show, the whole idea was they're grown up now, they don't need Max to hold their hand through everything. And that was referenced once again here. They don't need Max to do everything for them anymore. They don't need Max to watch over them. So he's going to stay and clean up the mess in the Null Void, along with Manny Pierce and Helen. And then one day they'll come back. So I know we're going to see Max again. We are definitely going to see Max again. It's just nice knowing that he's not dead. And then, yeah, Gwen and Kevin just pull Ben back through, and then the episode ends quite fast after that. So, yeah, a lot of stuff happened in this episode. It was very good. Let's just get to the ranking for a second. And honestly, I'm finding it. I cannot really find a reason as to not put this at the top. This might have been the best episode this season. Was it better than episode 4, the Big Chill episode? Yes. Was it better than episode 6? What was episode 6? Yeah, the episode with Ship. Yes, it was. Despite Ship being so cute, I'm waiting for the whole team up: Max, Ben, Gwen, Kevin, Julie, and Ship. Ooh. But yeah, it was better than that episode. Better than episode 3. What was episode 3? Oh, it was the Albedo episode. Yes, it was better than that. Better than episode 2 was the episode with Rainer. Yes, it was. Better than last episode with the parents. Yes, it was. Better than the premiere. I think so. And better than episode 5, the one with Cooper and in Los Soledad. Yep, it's official. Episode 8 is straight at the top of the list. It takes the #1 spot. We have a new top episode for this season. So, going from bottom to top, we have episode 4, episode 6, episode 3, episode 2, episode 7, episode 1, episode 5, and episode 8. This is the new best episode of this season. Yes! And hopefully this is only just one example of all those comments saying that this is the best season. Because if you want this to be the best season, every episode from now on has to be take the #1 spot. And it's going to be hard to top this episode because this was fantastic. I always find myself excited about the idea of going into the Null Void, and that's what we just did this episode. We went into the full Null Void, we found Max, we carried on the story with Manny and Helen and Pierce as well. We had a return of Animo, the return of Max, and just an all-out war in the Null Void. What more can you ask for? Probably Vilgax, but that's probably asking for a bit too much, is it not? Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, fantastic episode. Best episode of this season. Yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. But yeah, that is all we've got for this week of Ben 10 Alien Force. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!